Hello everybody, welcome back to Moneyball. We are coming back at a slightly different time here. And what I mean by that is I was actually done with recording for the day. I played through my games for this save up to this point. And I was like, right, I just have to do one more episode. I have to do one more episode because I'm doing tactical tweaks. We've been absolutely terrible for a long time. And no matter how much I use the stats, it's not getting any better. And there's two sort of things I was looking at, right? Do we ride it out until the 1st January, get the players in to actually fit our tactic and progress, or do I just change tactic? Because I think we could get much better results with the team we've got playing a different formation. If we played 4-4-2, like with the 2 DMs, 2 high wingers, we'd be fine. I reckon we'd win a lot of games, but we're not with the way that we're currently playing. So I don't know. Like, this is my sort of last chance with it. We've got 2 crucial games here, away to Preston, home to West Brom, 2 potentially winnable games, both with a 7-day gap between them. So lots of rest. We've got a few players out, but this is sort of what I've settled on. This is sort of what I've settled on now. We've got our 3-5-2 with a single pivot. I've gone back to sort of using this like I did in the last episode. I've lowered line of engagement. Everything else has stayed like pretty much as is. If we can't start winning, we're gonna have to change tactic. But I don't know what else to say because like statistically, I think I've done everything I can like in terms of the players we're using. But yeah, today we have our hand forced with the amount of players that are out. I have like sort of resorted to using James Bree in the back 3, try and just get him there as naturally as possible to see how he gets on then with a few games there. I did change goalkeepers for a couple of games, but Brad Collins was just as bad, if not actually quite worse. So Jack Watton goes back in, but we're going to be signing a goalkeeper, I think. So regardless of the tactic, we need a new goalkeeper. Today's game is going to be Watton in goal with Bree, Hellick, and Kitching at the back, with Williams and Vita as the 2 wing backs, with then Styles, Quina, Dander, midfield 3, Cornick and Morris at front. So I've actually gone to using James Bree in the back 3, and Kitching, no matter what I think, when I watch the game, I think he's the problem in every time. But he's got by far the best stats. In the Moneyball philosophy that we're doing, he has to play. And Hellick's the other one who's got great stats, but I just feel like they both can't play. Like Hellick's got by far the best stats of the whole team for like heading, clearances, etc. So I've always sort of like put him to the side. And out of the rest, Kitching's then to the next best. It's like, well, I can't really lose these two, but I feel like they're part of the problem. But I don't know. We'll find out the next 2 games, won't we? So Cornick's going to start off up front for us with Morris. And let's see how we go here. But I've given up with Keener because I think shoots from distance actually hinders him a little bit. So he's got to play as a box-to-boxer, I think, for us. I so desperately want to win this game. I've been playing like so much today. We need this. I need this, but we need this. This manager says got them impressed me. Early on their first chance for them, they get the ball in behind our defensive line. Kitching actually defends it for once. And see, we do ping it clear up to the strikers like that. So you probably need 2 strikers that can actually handle it in the air. So even maybe we need to buy a different profile of striker. It's not just about them being potentially, one of them being quick, but they both have to be able to compete in the air for those sort of like long clearances that we get. And like, again, Breeze just sort of pinged it clear. Not really what we're looking for, but Cornick's sort of got in and yeah, terrible effort. Free kick has been cleared by us. Cornick's going to get to it first. He's going to run away with it. He is. He's got options with him. Is he going to use anybody? The answer is, well, eventually. And Morris scores 1-0 to Barnsley. But it's like that took an unbelievable right and header for that to be a goal. So I don't know if this tactic is actually working. I mean, he was free the whole time as well in the box. But it is 1-0 to Barnsley. Highlight here for Preston. They get the ball in, they shoot. Yeah, I just don't think the back 3, there seems like there's like an issue with the back 3 at the moment. Left the default defending settings on. Like, I'd rather them just get those 1 or 2 chances, not get them actually during the match. Kitchen scores, 2-0 Barnsley, come on. We need to be better on set pieces because we've got 3 centre-backs in there. And normally a striker that's pretty good in there as well. So 3-0 finally. I did mess around a little bit with who was positioned where on the set pieces to try and get some more goals, and there we go. Instant highlight after the goal. They're going to get the ball into the box here. They don't yet. They might do now. Earl gets it. Far post. Not good defending. I see things are going well, but no, you're capable of even better. We need to... I mean, I can't really take him off because his replacement is already on the pitch, so he's going to have to just stomach it out. Jordan Williams might come off, though. We could probably put on... Do you know what? We can't really do that either. I take off Williams and put on Matthew Platt as the right centre-back. Hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt us. Instant highlight. We've been here. Isaki gets to it. He's got an option if he wants to use the door. He does, and it's going to be saved. Yeah, I don't know. Do we change tactic? It's a possibility. I mean, it's possible as well that we were always going to have this game calculated a fair distance against us because of how bad a form we've been in. Like, I can't believe we just conceded it again. When teams go for it, the problem is they throw their fullbacks forward, and if you're playing just if you play just one wing back each side, they'll get an overload eventually. So 5-4-1 you could go to, you lose yourself a lot on the counter. You could do that. Try that. I like hearing if he gets to the ball. He's going to whip in a cross by the looks of it. He does. Far post, Cornick, Odor. That should have been a goal. He gets it. He's going to play it back to Platt, who then plays it long into the striker. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. The 5-4-1 is in trouble. Kitching Styles. Oh, they're going to get rid of it. They do to nobody. You can't play one up front and just play long like that. You're just going to ask him for trouble. Knew it was going in. You can't even... I can't even get angry because I knew it was going in. We're going to have to change tactic. I'm sorry, we're going to have to play a back four. We can't play a back three. It is not playing properly at all. The way it defends is just wrong. It does not defend like a real three at the back, and it's just killing me watching this bollocks every match. I can't do it. We may as well go for this. I'm going to try and go for it, but also play a 4-4-2. So it's devastating, but it's also like confirmed what my thought process was, if you see what I mean. So it's just like throw it on the left-hand side, whip to the far post, head it across, Bolton saves it. He's now going to, I don't know what he's going to do with this. Give it to the opposition, probably. Kicks up to Odor. Won by them. They keep it. They ping it into Bree, who clears it to Cornick, to Odor. Play it into Cornick. He's in. Is he going to score it? He does. The 4-4-2 worked. 3-2 to Barnsley. It finishes. Right, well done, lads. That was a good one for us. All I did was go to the 4-4-2 that we go to win the game and just scaled it back to a real sort of tactic, a realistic tactic. So... I don't know. I'm lost at this point of like what to do. We need to figure out what we're going to do tactically because that's what we're recruiting players. I suppose you don't have to because it's more about you do want that because you want to look at specific roles and players. Because what my thought process was, if we stayed at three at the back, I was going to start looking at fullbacks at other clubs that are getting similar stats to our centre backs. That's what I was going to start looking at if we played three at the back. I've seen enough. I have absolutely seen enough. I almost want to wait for you to see this episode before I make my decision because I want to have your feedback. I'm not going to get sacked yet. We're not in danger of getting sacked, I don't think. Satisfied. We can make a little tweak now. I don't like playing double pivot 3-5-2. I was just thinking about playing a double pivot 3-5-2. I don't like doing it. I hate it, in fact. So the other way, we could do something like that. And that would be ridiculous. I don't want both of them up. Let's just see what happens if we do this first before we change it. Because I don't really want to, but I feel like I've got no other choice. I don't like doing that though. What should we do here? Mazzala attack this side. Let's try that. We need to try something else probably. I don't want to just have to change yet. We've got two support duties still in the team with the centre backs. I could change him to a support duty as well, but that's not for now. Okay, let's see how that goes for the second game. Well, I just started speaking for about 5 minutes there and didn't hit record, so there we are. So yeah, what I was saying was, now we're going to go for this one last go. We're going to select a team purely based on stats, the best possible team we can. So the best back three are Heelick, Williams, Kitching. So those two players, the back three is what we said first, but you missed that. Robbing back, Britain's the best, but he's not available, so Bree plays. And then we're into central midfielders. So that's where we're at right now, so we're going to look at that. Chances per 90 minutes, central midfield, Bassi, Odor, Styles. So that's going to be our midfield three. So Queen is getting dropped. I didn't realise he wasn't top of the list, really. He's created a lot of clear-cut chances, but he's also played the most games. And he's also got a chance to play wide when we're chasing the game and stuff like that. So I'm not really bothered. Yeah, key passes per game. So easily, Odo, Bassi, and Styles play. So Odo, then Bassi. I think Ever's not fully fit. And Styles, that's good. So we've got our wing-backs. Everything's looking good. Sides there. Then it's just the strikers to look at. So shot conversion, 64%. I mean, Cornick's quite far down that list. So I'm thinking maybe we do go with Devontae Cole and Carlton Morris as a two. I know Devontae Cole's about to leave, but in heading accuracy, or headers one, not heading accuracy, that's interesting. That's how they win the ball in the air. So his is quite high. I don't really know why his is so high. I see him lose a lot of headers. Chances of grip, I miss. Devontae Cole's high on that as well, you know. I'm going to go Devontae Cole and Carlton Morris. High chance to get a shot on target. Doesn't mean it's going to go in. But yeah, let's go with that. So then Devontae Cole and Carlton Morris can play as the two. Right, that is the best statistical team we can put out there currently in this 3-5-2. So let's see how this goes. This could be the last chance. Here we go then. West Brom. Assistant manager says, nothing to lose. Here we go then. Massive game. They're also playing 3-5-2 against us. They have a highlight early on, hit the paint behind our back line. It's crossed and it's in. What is the goalkeeper doing? And it's offside. Thank God for that. We're into West Brom. They're going to throw it in short to their striker. They get the ball back. They're going to just have it nice and easy. Do what you want, lads. Stay on it. No problems here. In behind it goes, into our centre-back that can't run, and it's a goal. So this is what we can do. Wing-backs go back. He can go to that. Everybody else stays the same. Elliot can come out. Burkhart can go on the right wing. Odor can come off. And Harry Cornick can go on that side there. And then we'll throw on... Oh, that'll do for now. We'll just leave that and down to attacking mentality. See how that goes. That's from set piece. It's going to be cleared away. And that's probably going to be the end of the game. 1-0 defeat. Yeah, I'm gonna sleep on it. We have to change our tactic. It's holding us back. Like, even if we got the right players, it's still going to hold us back from where we should be. I think we're absolutely terrible. We shouldn't be. So we're going to definitely look at that. I'm going to look at changing the tactic. If we go to 4-4-2, it'll be 4-4-2 DM. And the reason it's going to be 4-4-2 DMs is that I noticed the other day playing it, that when you've got two DMs with the centre-backs, if the centre-back runs out of position and gets caught, they then fill in for them. And I don't see any of the systems sort of doing that. It's got to have, I think, two centre-backs and two DMs for that to work. And I really like the way it does it. So you'd have like your defensive midfielder on the left, like he's the one that just in possession does simple stuff, stays behind the play, recycles. This plays your box to boxer. You've got like an orthodox winger, proper winger this side. Then this side can be like your number 10. This can be, it doesn't have to be like a pacey winger. This could be somebody that cuts inside, is more creative. And then you've got like your bigger striker here that can win the ball in the air because the cross comes from right to left. And then you've got your pace merchant in behind so that if the ball's this side, the winger gets it, he can through ball it to the other quick player. So either way, the crosses come right to left is sort of how we'd look to play it. And with that, you'd have your slightly less attacking fullback this side, you're more attacking fullback that side. That's how it would work. Ball playing defender this side, not so much ball playing defender that side. So it's quite a simple tactic to do a Moneyball system with, because in fact, it works really well, because what you're doing there is you're isolating roles for a player to do one job. You know, you want to bring in a defender that is specifically good at playing out from the back, and if he's not as good of a defender, who cares? He goes into this slot here to the right centre back. You want a defensive midfielder that can just defend and do the basics out of possession. He goes there. Do you know what I mean? It's a good tactic. We're able to isolate positions, so we could go to that because we started 3-5-2. I've sort of wanted to see that through to the end, but I'm seeing the writing on the wall, and we haven't. The players we've bought will easily fit into that tactic, so it's not like it's the end of the world. It's just annoying. I hate admitting that something's just not going to work, or it's going to take way too long for it to work. I'm either concerned with 3-5-2, the way it currently is working, the way that I've got it working here, is for like if we did get Barnsley up to like a top 4 sort of position, it's the kind of tactic that, because it's not actually benefiting the team, you could end up getting to like a top 4 Champions League finish and then go backwards after that, because the tactic's going to hold you back and you need a lot of things to go your way for it to work. So it's a combination of things why I'm thinking it, but off camera, I've been testing quite a lot with like, you know, ball playing defenders on the sides, and I've tested a lot of different stuff with the tactic. I'm just not happy with the back three at the moment. A time of reflection this episode. We're coming up to Christmas in the game, so, you know, definitely a time of reflection. I'm going to sleep on it, have a little think, and if we do, whatever we go to, I will make sure I explain the tactic and my thinking the tactic fully, so you know exactly the profile of player we're looking at, so you're able to sort of follow along. I hope you're enjoying the series and seeing. I think it's good that we also have a save here finally on the channel where things aren't going brilliantly all the time. So it's nice to have like a roller coaster of a season. And I know we're 13th, but if we were to get the right tactic in and get some players, we'd still be able to make the playoffs. I think, even though it's 8 points, I'm confident we could still do it. But if we didn't, it's not the end of the world. We've tried this. We've tried this to the nth degree. I'm pretty sure we're going to change. I'm not going to progress any time, I don't think. I'll come back tomorrow, like in real time, like in real life right now. I'll come back tomorrow. I'll upload FM. We'll do another episode, and I'll finalise myself on a tactic, and then we'll look at players, because it's finally at the point now where we can start to look to buy players. There's enough stats in the game. Like, just to show you quickly before we leave. So let's say we want to look for a centre back that has been successful at, you know, getting tackles per game, winning headers, expected goals. You know, with him in the team, or not expected goals, but goals conceded per 90 minutes. James Husband would be a great player for us, because his team conceded per 90 minutes is 1.16, playing for Blackpool. Now, Blackpool are 9th in the Championship, so they're roughly where we are. But he'd be, I think, our joint best or second best defender for team conceded per 90 minutes. He's on the pitch, which is obviously good. He's had 15 starts, which is obviously good as well. Tackles per game is 2.58. That is very good. 80% of them he wins. That's good. Headers 1 per 90 minutes. I mean, 6.51. Clearances is 90, that's quite high, that's way above even ours. So he looks like he's an all-action defender that would be quite good and would suit either playing on the left of a back three, potentially for us. So that's what sort of makes me want to keep going with the 3-5-2, because we want to sort of see it with the proper players sort of built into it. But I just know, even if we do that, it ain't going to work long term. But when Nishan Burkhardt either way needs to start playing games, because if he doesn't, they're going to recall him, and we need him for a 4-4-2 because he'd be one of our pacier players in behind. Yeah, I don't know. I'm conflicted. I really need to think about what to do here, because it's so important for the way we recruit and for the way that we're doing the save. We have to make sure that we are clear on our tactical plan and what we're going to recruit into. Although I like him as a left-sided centre-back in a back three, right? He's 5'10", I don't care about that in a back three, that's not a problem. But if I wanted to sign him like as a left-back in a 4-4-2, so if we was then go like, defend the left. If I was to look at their James Husband as a left-back in a back four, like, he doesn't dribble enough. I know he's probably playing centre-back, that's why he's not getting a chance to dribble, but statistically, we don't know like whether he's good at it or not, right? That's the problem. Unless we scat him, and it says that he is good at it. He becomes a bit of a problem when we switch system, because he wouldn't play for me as a centre-back in a back four or as a left-back. He'd only play as a side of a back three. So that's where it becomes slightly more difficult, right? That's why it's important to have it nailed down to what we're going to do. I think Callum Britton and James Bree would both actually benefit from us playing a back four, because they're both good attacking fullbacks in a back four. Do you know what I mean? Like, they'd suit it pretty well, actually. The centre-backs might even prefer it. Jordan Williams would be a good full-back in a back four. Or you could even sell him if we go to a back four, because you could say that we've got two good full-backs anyway. He ain't playing centre-back, so we could just sell him and take the 4 or 5 million and reinvest it into the squad. That's a good option. Clark Odor, I think, would be a good backup left-back and would also be a good, box-to-box midfielder maybe. So lots of food for thought. But yeah, anyway, thank you very much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'm not going to lie to you. There may be a chance I've already gone past this point, but it would be nice to know what you're thinking and what you would do here. Because I think it's important to get the tactic right. The most important thing is you get the tactic right first, that you know is going to work, and then you buy into it. You build all your statistical approach or your Moneyball approach into something that you know is going to work. And at the moment, that's not what's happening. If we took this a step further and used like Moneyball in real life, you would look at what systems do teams play in the Championship and get out from the most. I'm pretty sure it's going to involve a back four for a lot of teams if you look over the last 20 years, and it's probably going to involve two strikers. And when it involves those two things, it probably involves a midfield four. So, anyway, that's going to do it. I'm going to go sleep on this, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next episode, and hopefully we've got a path to step forwards onto, and we'll be looking at some stats to sign some players in the next episode.